Every organism, from the smallest bacterium to the most complex human, must eventually face decay. Yet life has found a way to choreograph even death into its design. In every tissue, every organ, a silent performance unfolds. Cells die not in chaos, but in rhythm. This carefully scripted process is known as apoptosis, or programmed cell death, and it is one of nature's most elegant paradoxes: destruction that sustains life. Apoptosis is not the same as necrosis, the violent accidental death caused by injury or toxins. It is a form of cellular suicide carried out with precision and purpose. Under the microscope, apoptotic cells condense, their DNA fragments and their membranes form tiny blebs. Graceful, almost balletic movements leading to disassembly. The dying cell then signals to nearby phagocytes, which swiftly engulf and recycle its remains. No inflammation, no pain, just quiet renewal. This phenomenon was first described in the early 1970s by Australian pathologist John Kerr and his colleagues, who observed that some cells seem to die by design. The term apoptosis comes from the Greek word for falling leaves, capturing the idea that just as trees shed their leaves to survive winter, our bodies shed cells to preserve balance. Billions of cells undergo this process every day, so that the organism as a whole may live. At the molecular level, apoptosis is orchestrated through two major pathways: the intrinsic, mitochondrial, and the extrinsic death receptor routes. The intrinsic pathway is triggered from within, often by DNA damage or metabolic stress. It involves the release of cytochrome C from mitochondria, which activates a cascade of enzymes known as caspases, the molecular executioners of the cell. The extrinsic pathway, by contrast, begins at the cell surface, when death ligands like FARZL or TNF bind to their receptors, forming a death-inducing signaling complex that converges on the same caspase machinery. Both routes lead to the same quiet finale: the dismantling of life at the smallest scale. Apoptosis is not merely a mechanism of death, it is a mechanism of design. During embryonic development, it sculpts fingers and toes by removing the webbing between them. It clears unnecessary neurons to refine the architecture of the brain. It prunes the immune system, allowing only the fittest lymphocytes to survive. Life depends on this controlled erasure. Without apoptosis, our bodies would become distorted, inflamed, and filled with malfunctioning cells that refuse to die.